what are the markers that let you know you're on the right path and alignment in your life? So this morning I was thinking about that because here I sit and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to, I don't know, commemorate this for my own self, if nothing else. But for me, I know I'm in alignment and my life is going right, like in accordance with who I am and who I want to be. If at some point in the day, mostly if it's in the morning, I look like some version of this, okay? And what it is, I've got my Muse headband, so I'm making time to meditate. I am slow enough that, look, I have on like my pajamas with my favorite cozy fleece. This is sort of one of those things that 2025 is the year of not saving it for later. Y'all, I do the most dumbest amount of things of saving it for later. All the time I'm thinking of things to share with y'all. But for instance, even like wearing this fleece, it is my own little not saving it for later. This is rugged. It is Patagonia. This thing will still exist in 20 years. And yet sometimes I avoid grabbing it because I may need that later. So I've overcome that. If I've got my fleece, I've got a coffee cup that I like. I put Old Bay on my Old Bay. That just makes me laugh. If you do Maryland, Delaware things, you know what I mean. I used my long spoon for that. I've got water. I'm having healthy shake that has all of my supplements and all of that. I've got my iPad ready and I've got some inspiration book. Walden, I'm about to do this. Thoreau, y'all want to come on the journey? Taking that with me. But all of these little bits and pieces add up to letting me know I'm on the right track, because I'm not doing this if I haven't slept enough. I'm not doing this if I am feeling completely overwhelmed and have to hurry up and get ready in the morning because I didn't set up my schedule right. I end up in this fleece with this headband with all my drinks and accoutrements ready to go if I'm acting in accordance with the person I want to be. And really this idea came to me when I was at a strategic coach. There's that author guy, Dan Sullivan, who has this program called Strategic Coach. It's not just for lawyers, it's for entrepreneurs of all kinds, where you just sort of learn some of the ways to act and think. He has that book, Who Not How, which is like so awesome if you haven't read it. And when I was at one of those quarterly meetings, there was this fella and everybody was standing up saying what they wanted to do in the next year. And there's like these huge goals, and I want to do gajillions of dollars in sales for this, and I want to write down all my standard operating procedures or whatever. This guy stands up and says, I want to have lost 20 pounds. And if I have done that, I will know that everything else in my life went well for me to set myself up to do that. It's sort of like, what's the one measuring stick that the rest of it works? And that struck me. It's like not a checklist. It's not a million things. It's like sort of, what's that root thing? And I wonder what that is for you. What's your root thing? If I'm doing this, if I've accomplished this, then I know that I'm doing it right. For me, it's a slow, quiet morning with meditation and prayer time. I just like write out. It's like I call it my sort of reflection, prayer, journal, whatever it is, whatever you would call that. For me, that I'm doing it right. I would love to know what yours are. And then let's just try more often than not. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. I'm speaking to myself. More often than not, can we find that marker in our daily life and not make ourselves wrong when we don't do it? Because that's my other temptation, okay? Is, this is when I'm doing it right. So I need to get an A+. So I need to do it every single day. And if I don't, then I start being mean to myself about it. That is the opposite of the point. So just in case that's you, I feel you, I see you, I hear you in that. We're not doing it that way. We're using it as an encouraging outward indicator of inner alignment. That's what we're doing in 2025.